Hello, welcome back to my channel. Is there a Canadian housing bubble? Let's look at the factors. Seniors' pension costs, high immigration levels, paid news media agendas, historically low interest rates are just some of the factors. Let's look into this further. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. The housing market is driven by supply and demand, and in a lot of ways, so's the price. Now, one of the reasons for such a high demand is the number of immigrants that have come into Canada in the last 20 years. And the reason for this is that our government needs to raise taxes, not only for expenses now related to things like COVID-19, but also related to Canada's pensions. The Canadian government's pension pool of money for benefits like old age security and the GIS benefit are all funded by general tax revenue. So the amount of people that need to be brought into the country in years to come will have to be very high, as we have an aging population, and all of these people will need a place to live. The Canada population clock, as you can see, births and net migrations per day far outweigh the amount of deaths. And you can see that the population change since January 1st is 105,846 people. That's a net increase of one person every 2 minutes. As this chart shows, Canada's population is estimated to surpass 50 million people by 2070, and all of these people will need a place to live. Canada's interest rates. The Bank of Canada announced this week that it wouldn't be raising its benchmark rate of 0.25%. Now, how does that reflect a housing bubble? Well, if you read the news, they keep going on about how rates are going to rise and people are going to foreclose on their houses and lose their houses, which would make them have to sell it, which would create a landslide of housing on the market. The government knows that there have been hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of homes purchased since 2008. And a lot of these homes have been purchased on very low interest rates. And the government knows that if they start raising these interest rates, that a lot of people are not going to be able to afford their homes anymore. And this is going to create a big problem. Unfortunately, the news media, just like it does with the stock market, is doing the same thing with the housing market and has been doing it for a very long time. They've been predicting a housing bubble in Canada that would just completely implode. But in reality, even from 2008, when it happened in the US, our housing market has remained very strong. Now, this is just my opinion, but I think you need to take what you read with a grain of salt, and not get overextended is the biggest thing that you have to do. As far as interest rates, in my humble opinion, and this isn't financial advice, I honestly don't see how interest rates can go up substantially in the years to come. As I mentioned earlier, that a lot of mortgages taken out since 2008 have been done so on very low rates. And the tsunami of house foreclosures would be something the government and the big banks would not want to entertain. In closing, where do we all think this is going to go? I guess what you have to do is go with your gut, and you got to do your research, and you have to make sure that you don't overextend yourself. That's probably the secret to anything in this life, especially housing, mortgages, stocks, bonds, whatever the case may be. You have to make sure that you do your research, make sure the product you're buying is a fair price, for the market. And if you can do that, then whatever decision you make will be the right one. As always, thanks for watching my channel. Please subscribe. I'll be bringing out more videos down the road. And please hit that like button because it helps my videos get watched. Thanks very much and have a great day. Bye now.